latest edition of the SAU Football Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside head football coach Bill Keopple. And Coach, we're now past the halfway point of the season. Your team sits 4-2 through 6 games. Big win on homecoming. It's now the 7th win on homecoming for you at SAU. Obviously winning all the games here in your 7th year. Played at Oklahoma Baptist team, newcomers to the GAC. So some unknowns going in. They come from the NAIA ranks. Defense played outstanding. Some offensive turnovers made that game probably closer than what it should have been, but pull out some bright spots for us on both sides.
Oh, there's a lot of bright spots in the game. Obviously, you mentioned defensively. Anytime you, in college football this day and time, you hold someone to 150 yards, I don't care who it is. That's good defense. And, I mean, those guys are on scholarship, too. They weren't void of talent. We thought a lot of positives about their offensive line going into the game. Their quarterback scared us a lot. I mean, a 6'2", 220-pound kid that had transferred from Arkansas State was a very talented athlete. Running backs were pretty good, but they didn't have the skill at the receiver position out on the edges, which really showed. They had some drop balls, and but as far as them being able to run the ball, and they were talented enough to run the ball, and a lot of people, when we had seen it, they couldn't do it, and that's good for us going forward. I mean, you know, defensively, we got our feelings hurt a little bit and hurt our confidence a little bit with what happened against Harding and what happened against Tech. But we have settled down. You know, as a young defense, we're growing and we're getting more intelligent as we go, and that's a big part of it. And there were a lot of positives. Calvin Lyons played a great football game for us. Had 12 tackles from a defensive line position. You don't hardly ever hear that. Malik Preston and Dominique Kelly at the linebacker positions really had some big plays, sacks, and tackles for loss. So those were all positives. I mean, our secondary continues to lock down people. Quan and Crawford are back there, and Moore are really playing really well. Nico Thomas is really bringing a heavy hat on people. So those are all positive things going forward for us from a defensive side of the football. In our next few games, run's a big part of their offense, the teams that we're playing. So that's very positive. Offensively, you know, it's one of those days. I mean, one of those days you can't put a finger on it. You look at it on film, and you know, at times we look good. And, you know, at times we look bad. So anytime you turn the ball over, there's no excuse for it, and it's hard to win football games. I mean, we came out of the game with 5 turnovers. I mean, normally you get beat. The good news for us, we're good enough to win a game against a team like that when you have 5 turnovers. That's a game there that really should have ended up very, very lopsided. It did not, but we were able to finish it and get a solid win out of it on homecoming, which homecoming here was great. The fans came out in a big way. It was awesome. That's good for us. That's good for our university. It's good for the morale. It's great to have our alumni back on campus. Just everything's positive about it. When you walk out in Wilkins Stadium in pregame and you look over there and the Pine Tree area where mule gating's going on is full, and then you walk out for you know, before the game starts, coin toss, all that, and the stands are full on your side. Boy, that's a big lift for you. So it was a great day. It was a great day when you get a win. Any way you get a win, that's positive. And homecoming here has been very special for us. The 7 years we've been here, 7-0 on homecoming. That's a good thing, and hopefully we can continue that.
You know, spinning it forward to this upcoming weekend, a very big game for you guys, but also just all around the GAC. This is the most open the conference has been at this point in the year, probably since its inception. In terms of football. You got Ouachita, we're playing Ouachita in El Dorado at the Murphy USA Classic. It's been a great event for the football team to go to as far as getting in a new fan base and people traveling to El Dorado and taking college football there. It hadn't necessarily resulted in wins yet so far, but talk about that matchup with Ouachita, defending champions. They're sit at 4-2 as well. This game for whoever comes out on top still has a very good chance of maybe coming away with a regular season title.
They really do. You know, obviously we're very fortunate that the people in El Dorado have invited us. They put on a great event over there. The atmosphere around the game and what's going on in the town is really good. No, it hasn't come out our way. But I can tell you this: if you buy a ticket and come to the game, you will be entertained. The last 3 times we've been over there against UAM, Harding, and Henderson, the games were very, very entertaining games. But it just hadn't gone our way. Obviously, the last 2 were very good football teams that beat us. So hopefully we can change that. I mean, we have a lot of respect for Ouachita, their staff, and what they've done up there. Defending champions, as you mentioned, but a lot of those guys that were on that team aren't there anymore. So, our league is a toss-up right now. I mean, everybody on our schedule, that we have left has losses on their schedule right now. I mean, you look at Ouachita got beat last weekend. Southeast got beat by Northwest Oklahoma last week. That was a shocker. East Central got beat by Southwest Oklahoma team that we beat here. That was kind of surprising. It's wide open right now. It's wide open, and we're very confident in our abilities and what our football team can do. It just comes down to us as a football team maturing, being very focused, bringing a great effort and great intensity to the game, and us putting it all out there. I mean, this is a big game for us, big game for Ouachita too.
We appreciate it very much for your time. Again, that's head football coach Bill Keopple. He and his Mule Riders are traveling east to El Dorado to take part in the Murphy USA Classic for the 2nd straight year against Ouachita. That game is scheduled to kick off at 2 p.m. For advance tickets, be sure to check out any local Murphy USA gas stations. You can also get them the day of the game, and it's going to be, again, great mule gating atmosphere. Last year it was awesome with Henderson. Yeah. Ouachita expecting a great thing for pregame as well, all those festivities. And be sure to check MuleRiderAthletics.com for all your pre- and post-game coverage. Coach, best of luck.